Yo, what is going on? Welcome back to our Cleveland Browns franchise. I'm Kimbroplays. Welcome in. Happy to have you. Excited to get going on this episode. Some week 14, 15, 16, maybe even 17 action, just depending on how the record goes. Taking a look at the playoff bracket. If the season were to end today, despite losing 2 games last episode, Browns still in the driver's seat, controlling their own destiny as the number 1 seed in the AFC. Saints holding it down as the number 1 seed on the other side of the bracket. Interestingly enough, the Ravens have snuck into the 6th seed. Bengals in the 5th spot. AFC North, we talked about it earlier. Very, very strong, and that is no different. Today we got the Chargers, the Ravens, possibly even the Chiefs and Bengals. We'll have to see how the episode goes. I'll let you guys know. You guys might actually know before I know when I post this, but excited for today's episode. Need to get some revenge against these damn Baltimore Ravens. Let's dive into this week's episode. And right out of the gates, let's get it started with some upgrading of some players. Kenny Galladay is up first. We're going to get Kenny boosted here on the slot upgrade. I was hoping to get a catching upgrade. We got a catch in traffic and a couple of route running. It's weird. Despite having a 90 overall, getting a +1 morale boost, I just feel like Kenny drops way more passes than anybody else on this team. Pretty frustrating, but he's still got a solid ratings. He's still only 27 with a superstar development. Just have to see if we can keep throwing him the ball, him get a little rhythm with Baker, and we'll go from there. Here's a player who really needs this boost, Jedrick Wills Jr. Getting him a scheme fit, dumping one into his agile archetype. He gets a +3 block finesse, which is good for him. He really struggled. We saw him give up 4 sacks in the last episode in a really important matchup against the Ravens. He's going to need to bounce back in a big way in today. This stud's ready for another upgrade. 79 overall, star development, Zaven Collins, having a standout rookie season so far. His ratings are nice and solid, a little low in the hit power and the zone coverage. But we'll have to do a little bit of work to boost those, but he's already the 23rd ranked middle linebacker in the league. Couldn't be happier with how Zaven has played in his first year. His rookie running mate Eric Stokes also gets a boost here, up to a 77 overall, getting the man upgrade archetype boost, +3 to his awareness and 2 on his man coverage. He's looking really, really solid. We'll need to do a little bit of work on his zone coverage, see if we can make him a little bit of a better tackler, but so far so good on his young career. Looking forward to seeing what Stokes can do the rest of the way. A guy we haven't talked about a lot, but has been an anchor for this team, Joel Bitonio. He's going to get up to an 89 overall, getting a +1 on his agile archetype, +3 awareness, run block finesse for the 29-year-old. He's been to the Pro Bowl a heck of a lot of times for Cleveland, probably destined for another trip this year. Number 3 ranked left guard in the league. We love us some JB. Continuing to finish out this cornerback class, a lot of late rounders with some decent top 3s. We'll see if we can get ourselves a Jim here in the back. Yeah, that's a solid one. Teague, 5th round projection, but a 2nd round talent. We love to see that. Definitely somebody we'll keep an eye on down the stretch. Would love to add a guy like Teague or Dotson. Even Galvin would be just fine. Like we talked about, we definitely need to just bolster a little bit in case one of those top 3 guys gets injured. Make sure we have somebody waiting in the wings. At 7-5, the Chargers come into this one, hoping to keep their playoff hopes alive. Joey Bosa, Keenan Allen, Derwin James, man, some top guys here. They actually added Chris Godwin as well. Henry Hunter, Elker. Their offensive side of the ball is really solid. Defense is strong too. Secondary, especially with Hayward and Chris Harris Jr. Led by the 2nd-year man Justin Herbert at an 81 overall. Superstar dev trait for that young rook. I guess he's a 2nd-year guy now. He's a rookie still to me, but yeah, he's definitely somebody we're gonna have to keep an eye on. This Chargers matchup is gonna be a tough one. Let's see how the Browns did. And what in the world? This is one of those times I wish Madden would let you like sit in on a simmed game or give you an alert that the final score was super close and let you see the final play. Browns get outgained in yardage, end up with a 31-30 win on the road against the Chargers, lose the time of possession battle, but put up 17 in the 4th quarter and are able to presumably come back and get the W against the Bolts here. Herbert had a nice day, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, sacked 3 times. Baker throws for a modest 237 and a touchdown, but doesn't look like he turned the ball over, at least not through the air, which is nice to see, especially coming out of how I threw the ball in the in the last matchup against the Bengals. Definitely turning the ball over left and right. Top runners, Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb. Herbert got himself in there with 5 carries for 29 yards. Big number here, though. Chubb got himself into the end zone 3 times. Absolute stud. Kind of production we need. Obviously, we'd like to get more yardage out of him, but we didn't have the ball very much. So, hey, I'll take the touchdowns over any types of yards all day long. Keenan Allen and Henry, they led the way for the Chargers on offense receiving-wise, but Godwin had a nice day. OBJ back from injury. He had a nice performance as well. Hooper, our leading receiver, he's been really, really effective for the Browns. We know we didn't put up a ton of yards. Hunt and Landry and Njoku got themselves into the passing game, and Nick Chubb even caught one. Oh, and down here at the bottom, Kenny Golladay got himself a touchdown on 9 yards receiving. Interesting. Luckily, he's catching the ball. My goodness. This man is an animal. 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Myles Garrett is everywhere. Absolutely dominant. Zaven Collins got himself in there with 10 solo tackles, which is good to see. And Anthony Walker Jr. forced a fumble, but wasn't recovered by anybody. Unfortunately, Browns got to do a little bit more as we go down the stretch, trying to get themselves some turnovers, get their hands on the ball, give this Browns offense a little bit of extra help. Joey Bosa also snuck in there with a sack as well, but he had a quiet performance all told, 2 tackles with 1 sack. Something we might have to keep an eye on, Zane Gonzalez. Another shaky day kicking the football for the Brownies. I'm assuming it wasn't bad weather out there in LA, so Zane going 1 for 3. Not ideal. Myles Garrett, AFC Player of the Week on defense for Week 14, continuing his hot streak. I think he's up to 25 sacks on the season, 13 tackles and 3 sacks in this one. He's having a heck of a season, probably MVP caliber, at least in terms of being talked about here as we go down the stretch. Joe Burrow also had a nice day, and Tom Brady continuing to sling it out there in Tampa. As we turn it over to Week 14, our first look at some of the back half of this wide receiver core, some mid-round guys. It's not a position I'm going to target very highly throughout this draft, but if there's somebody sneaking in the back, you know, like Kendrick Talley, 6 foot, 203, 4th round talent, projected into the 6th round. Somebody like him is somebody we would definitely like to target. Jacob Miller as well, 5'9", 180, probably super fast when we get his combine grades. Those are the kinds of players the Browns need to take a look at, with Odell and Jarvis and now Kenny Golladay. Not a huge need. We've seen a little bit of flashes from Donovan Peoples-Jones and N'Keal Harry. What we don't have is that guy right behind Jarvis to kind of fill in as he gets older, who can be fast, shifty, work out of the slot, end up getting themselves some yards after catch on some short routes, because the Browns offense has definitely been a short route offense so far this year. Not a lot of big plays down the field, a lot of balls swatted down for us. But here we are in Week 15, looking at this matchup against the Ravens at home. Ravens 7-6, trying to keep themselves in the playoff hunt. Browns at 11-2, still probably in the driver's seat. They are. Ravens in the 6th spot, Browns in the top spot. Excited to see this one. Week 15 matchup at home in prime time. Ravens going to be hungry. They need it. Browns definitely in the driver's seat, but can't let off the gas pedal. Let's get into this action for the Week 15 matchup. And welcome to Cleveland, First Energy Stadium. It's the Cleveland Browns versus the Cleveland Browns. Wait, just kidding. The Baltimore Ravens coming to town in this Week 15 matchup. Both teams, playoff aspirations. Both teams focused on positioning as it starts to get a little cold outside. We're seeing players wear some longer sleeves. We got coaches wearing hoodies. I'm excited for today's matchup. Nick Chubb on the sideline getting fired up. He's about ready to go. Odell Beckham Jr. as well. Browns already locked up a playoff spot. At the very worst, they'll be a wild card team, hoping to hold on to the first spot. Ravens at 7-6, coming into this one, trying to fend off all other contenders and make sure that they make it into the playoffs as well. Jamie Gillen getting this one teed up, and we are underway in Week 15 in Cleveland as the Ravens let this one go for a touchback. Lamar Jackson trots on 3,300 yards, 21 total touchdowns, passing 4 interceptions, doing a nice job taking care of the ball. He's dynamic. He's a problem. Let's see how the Browns handle him. On 1st and 10, give is to Dobbins. Running left. Gets hit initially by Phillips. Dragged down. J.K., former standout at OSU. Fantastic running back. He spins here on 2nd and 6. Fights through traffic, maintains his balance. Able to get 5 out of that. That was ugly, but he just never, ever, ever goes down. 3rd and inches, Lamar. Running the quarterback zone read. Hangs on to it for the keeper. Able to get Sheldon to bite. And is able to pick up 1st down yardage. 1st and 10 from the 40. Lamar motions a tight end out of the pistol. Give inside to Dobbins. He falls forward. He's got another 5. Lamar, short drop on 2nd down. Throws right quickly. He gets that completed across the middle for 11. Lamar and the Ravens already moving the football. 1st and 10 from just across midfield. Inside give goes to Dobbins. Short pickup. Ravens already doing a nice job going back and forth between inside handoffs as well as making sure that they're able to get the ball out of Lamar's hands quickly. This 2nd and 7, huge hole for Dobbins. He breaks off a big one. He already has 34 yards rushing as he gallops into the secondary. Interior of this Ravens defense doing a nice job creating space for Dobbins. And they're already threatening. Down to the 26. Lamar in shotgun. Dobbins flanks him. Gets the snap. Short drop. Looks left. Fires to the end zone. Up top. Swatted away by Denzel Ward. Does a great job in his deep cover 3 zone here. Getting up top and contesting that at the point of attack. Way up top. Swats it down. Well done by Denzel. 2nd and 10. Lamar rolls left. Rolls right into pressure. Gets hit by Myles Garrett, and Lamar Jackson is down. Holding his lower leg, holding his right hip area. On the sideline, getting stretched by trainers. Myles Garrett does a nice job shedding the block. And Lamar rolls right into him. And he's injured. That's an interesting storyline. We're going to have to keep an eye on this. Brock Purdy subs in this 3rd and 10 from the 26. Browns send pressure. Brock gets rid of it quick. Tries to get it to Dobbins. Incomplete. Ravens are going to attack on the first points of the day. They go ahead and get 3 as Baker Mayfield trots onto the field. His 28 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Let's see how Baker performs. These games later in the year, obviously way more meaningful. Stakes are higher. You need to see 6 perform at a high level. First give of the day to Chubb. He scampers out for 11. Really nice handoff to him. Nick Chubb getting his day started off strong. 1st and 10 after that play. Play action to Chubb. Nice throw to Hooper. Caught the Ravens in a blitz. Browns did a nice job picking that up, getting Hooper involved. He's been really, really solid and reliable, sure-handed, dynamic enough athlete. Browns on 1st and 10, intercepted. Baker Mayfield running the RPO, looking to get this one out to Landry. That is J.C. Jackson with an athletic play. Browns thought they had the advantage, 3-2 numbers-wise on the side. Odell Beckham Jr. actually whiffs on the block, as you'll see here. He's supposed to have Jackson. Jarvis is supposed to have space. He misses the block, and that is a turnover, and the Browns in trouble with turnovers early in this one already. As the Ravens get this drive started at the 38. First carry goes to Dobbins on 1st down, short pickup. 2nd down here. Another nice run to the edge by Dobbins. Makes a nice move on Collins. Gets upfield for an extra few yards. 3rd and short from the 29. Ravens threatening, dangerous on the ground, dynamic. Let's see what's going here on 3rd and 1. Ronnie Harrison. What a play. Stands Dobbins up in the backfield. That's a tackle for loss. Browns defense, quick turnover situation. Does a nice job Quick 3 and out. Doesn't allow the Ravens to get any closer. Forces the Justin Tucker field goal. He's one of the best in the league. But it's blocked! Nick Needham able to get in on this Justin Tucker field goal attempt. It was going to be a chip shot for him, but Needham, unblocked off the right edge, takes Tucker just long enough, and the Browns are in business. Crazy start. Ravens march down the field, score. Browns turn it over. Quick transition. Get the block. Exhale for Cleveland. Able to fight off this quick run by the Ravens as the Bengals have rattled off 4 straight after beating the Browns. They're now up to 10-3. Baker on first down, rolling, dumps this off to fullback, Andy Janowitz in the flat. Short completion, goes for 8. Nice job on first down, extending that play for Baker, finding his target. 2nd and 2, making changes at the line of scrimmage. OBJ comes across the formation. Baker in I form. Give is to Chubb, a huge hole. Nick Chubb into the secondary, breaks a tackle, falls forward. Big run from Nick Chubb. He's excited, he's fired up. Does a great job getting into the secondary, breaks tackles, runs with power. Browns, nice response. 1st and 10, Baker, 5-step drop, throws over the middle into traffic to Galladay. Tight coverage, knocked away. Pretty good throw. Now here he is on 2nd and 10, another opportunity for Galladay, working on Marlon Humphrey. He gets this slant across the middle. Adds a little after the catch. That's an 18-yard gain. Browns inside the 10. First trip into the red zone for them. First down. Runs left with Chubb. He's able to get 5. Browns down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Baker, play action. Rolls. Looks. Back of the end zone. A little too far for Odell Beckham Jr. Had him. Tough throw in the run. Baker a little inaccurate. Now on 3rd and goal, he's going to go down. And he's injured. Baker Mayfield on the ground, holding his ribs. Sacked. Pressure given up there by Jack Conklin off the right tackle. Baker didn't step up into the pocket. He's on the bench. He's got his helmet off. He's clearly in a lot of pain. Bruised ribs. He will return, but not a good start for Baker as the Browns tie this one up at 3. Lamar gets this drive started at his own 19, hits Marquise Brown on a nice slant. Really nice pitch and catch there. I'm sorry, that's Devin Duvernay out of Texas, the speedster. Beautiful slant route by Duvernay. Gets it right in stride from Lamar. 1st and 10, Lamar running the inside zone. Gets himself a little space after the keeper. 2nd and 3, launches up top to Hollywood Brown. That is knocked away. Denzel Ward on the coverage. Really nice job downfield by Denzel, leaving the Ravens with a short 3rd and 3. Zaven Collins meets Dobbins 2 yards short of the line to gain. But JK, so difficult to bring down. Such a powerful runner, compact. He just pushes through Zaven, able to get himself an extra 3 or 4 yards, and he's going to barely be able to pick up the first down. Keep the drive alive. Ravens at midfield, 1st and 10. Lamar in the pistol. Short drop, looks left, dumps it out. Nice play by Phillips in the flats on Dobbins, but pick up a 5 on first down. Staying ahead of the chains, the Ravens do a nice job. Shotgun, short drop, throwing right. Greedy Williams animates behind Miles Boykin. Miles Boykin takes this one to the house. And the big play bites Cleveland again. Man coverage, curls concept. Lamar flicks it out. Greedy goes for the swat, but is well behind the wide receiver. And then there's nobody left. Boykin just turns it upfield, runs it in the rest of the way. Browns down 10-3. 1st and 10 from the 25, Baker Mayfield. Single back, 3 tight end look. Gets the snap. Play fake to Chubb. Rolling left, hit. Jedrick Wills Jr. unable to stop Yannick Ngakoue. I don't know how to say his name. Yannick Ngakoue. We'll call him Njoku. Able to get pressure, and that's going to be, this is going to be the last play of the first quarter. Dump down on 2nd and 18 to Hooper. Browns down 10-3 after 1. Disappointing start. Browns already turning the ball over, having trouble in the secondary making tackles. Greedy with a huge blunder. Honestly, when you're in man coverage like that, no help, can't afford to make that kind of mistake. Ravens take advantage. 3rd and 9, Baker stepping up, running out of room. Secondary closes in on him. 7-yard rush, and the Browns are going to have to punt 2 yards short. Ravens get the ball back, starting this drive at the 28. Inside handoff to Dobbins, who trucks Harrison 10 yards downfield, falls for another 4. Huge run by J.K. He's having an awesome first half. Ravens already out to the 40 as the second quarter gets going. Inside give this time to Trey Sermon, also Ohio State product. Short pickup of 3 for Trey. 2nd and 7 from the 43. Lamar in the pistol, turns. Play fake to Dobbins. Stands, looks left. Has Hollywood Brown wide open. Wide open in the zone. Easy pitch and catch. 18-yard pickup, first down. Ravens. Inside give to Dobbins now on first down. Collins doing a nice job shedding blocks. Able to bring down Dobbins for a short gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Lamar rolling out left. Greedy all over Miles Boykin, but unable to swat this one again. Going for the swat attempt behind the wide receiver. Boykin able to get this catch inside the 15 now. He's already got 3 catches for 75+ yards. Lamar in the pistol. Give is to Dobbins. Dobbins shakes off the hit from Garrett. Falls forward. Able to get 7. Ravens inside the 10. Another give inside to Dobbins this time. A little bit better on the defensive line by the Brownies. 3rd and 3 here at the 8. Lamar, this time going under center. Single back. Give is to Dobbins. Tripped up in the backfield by Garrett and then cleaned up by Olivier. Going to be 4th and inches, but the Ravens are going to stay on the field. Important early down here. Important decision. Lamar looking right. Boykin broken up by Greedy Williams. Kind of an awkward animation. Boykin wasn't really sure. Didn't get his hands free. Wasn't able to secure it. They're not going to be able to capitalize. Browns stand up. Defense holds. Score remains 10-3. Baker Mayfield, though, from the shadow of his own goalpost at the 6. Give is to Chubb on first down. Really nice running room for him. 2nd and 2 from the 14. Ravens show pressure up the middle. Baker setting the protection. Gets the snap. Ravens back out of it. Baker running out of time, sack. William Golston. Ravens do a great job simulating pressure. They show looks. They have a 3-4 defense. Really, really difficult on quarterbacks to figure out what's coming, who's coming, and from where. 3rd and 7. Baker drifting into the end zone. He's going to go down. That is a safety. And Ndamukong Suh working on Jedrick Wills Jr., who is already having trouble. That's his 2nd sack allowed. Baker didn't have any pressure to set up, and he didn't have any room for error setting up in the actual end zone himself. The Browns digging a hole early in this one like they did against Cincinnati. Meanwhile, the Ravens take over after the safety hit Boykin over the middle, who gets another 15 yards, and now the Ravens are out the midfield again. Dobbins on 1st and 10 from the midfield logo. Able to spring forward for 8. 2nd and short. The Ravens have stayed ahead of the chains all day. Dobbins inside give left. Huge hit by Grant Delpit, but Dobbins holds on, able to pick up the first down. Now from the 40, Trey Sermon met by Myles Garrett. Short pickup. Nice job by Myles fighting through. Here comes Lamar looking left, throwing left. Came out of his hand weird, incomplete on 2nd and 8. Now let's see if the Browns D can get off the field with another big stop. This time over the top. Oh my goodness, Hollywood Brown able to get off the line of scrimmage against Grant Delpit. Great touch pass by Lamar. Brown able to bring this thing in with one hand over the top. Dragged down inside the 10-yard line at the 6, but Brown's unable to convert a third down on defense. In trouble of giving up another touchdown, this time on the slant route. I believe that was Hollywood Brown again. He's unable to hang on. Brown's lucky to not give up the touchdown there. He was wide open. Second and goal from the 6. Lamar. Quarterback keeper up the middle, designed quarterback run. Gets caught up at the line of scrimmage, then grabbed by Taki. Third and goal from the 3. Inside give to Dobbins. Met. Stopped by Sheldon. Huge stand by the Browns defense. But again, here comes the Ravens on 4th and goal. From the 2, can the Browns stop them again? Inside give to Dobbins this time. Nobody there. The threat of Lamar on the outside just forces the Browns defense to pay so much attention to him getting loose on the outside that Dobbins has just enough of a hole. He wiggles through. Ravens able to score. J.K. Dobbins untouched at the line of scrimmage. Ravens stay on the field on 4th and 2. Able to capitalize this time. Baker taking over at the 24-yard line. Play fake this time. Throwing on the run out to Jarvis Landry, who gets hit kind of late. A little bit marginal. The flag is thrown. That's a pass interference on Malik Hooker. Not a lot of contact during the route. A little bit of bump in it right at the end. Not even sure if the ball was catchable. Browns will take it. 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe. This throw was out for Hooper. A little bit behind him. He's unable to bring this thing in. Baker, 5-step drop, turns into a deep drop, throws late to the outside. Marlon Humphrey, Ravens zone says, give me that. Never a good idea to throw across the field late in zones. Marlon Humphrey takes this one away, and the Browns, again, with a big turnover right before the end of the first half. In big trouble, high alert, as on 1st down, Duvernay makes a move, gets himself loose into the secondary, and the Ravens are in business again, this time inside the Browns' 40, as we trickle down to the 2-minute warning. 19-3, Baltimore is up with 2 minutes to play in the first half here. And on the verge of threatening again on 1st down, short throw. Collins gets a hand in there, incomplete. Lamar on 2nd and 10, looking right. This one to Nick Boyle, I believe. He gets the short throw out to the side. Lamar with 201 yards passing and a touchdown already. 3rd and 3. Lamar steps up, looks to run, then throws late to Brown. Hollywood Brown breaks a tackle. He shakes. He's in. And the Ravens are rolling. Kevin Stefanski, he is beside himself. The Browns fans are beside themselves. This is happening again at home. Lamar, so dangerous, attracts so much attention, brings the linebackers up. Delpit and Greedy unable to do anything on the back end in terms of stopping, and the Ravens have opened up a huge lead. I accidentally simmed the first play of the drive, avoiding the kickoff. It went for 6 to OBJ, but here's 2nd and 4. Outright, Baker throws to Galladay, incomplete. 3rd and 4, Baker running out of room. He's going to go down. Ravens take a timeout. They're going to get the ball back with a few timeouts here. And Lamar operating again because the Browns go 3 and out from his own 32 in shotgun. Plenty of time. Throws to Boyle. Myles Garrett comes off the line of scrimmage to clean up the tackle. Quick timeout by the Ravens. 2nd and 8, 40 seconds to go. Lamar in shotgun gets the snap. Rolls left, runs right into Olivier Vernon. Ronnie Stanley wasn't ready for Lamar to run, and Olivier standing there saying thank you. Meanwhile, Ravens bench, defensive line, feeling good. Clock trickles inside of 20 seconds. 3rd and 12. Browns looking to get off the field. Short check down. Boyle runs through Eric Stokes. Browns rally and gang tackle. Anthony Walker Jr. in there, but that's going to do it for the first half. Browns have dug themselves another hole at home against an AFC North rival. Not good. 26-3 as the Ravens dominate this first half. Bengals continue their winning ways. They go into Detroit and knock off the Lions. Joe Burrow continuing to do big things. Deshaun Watson down early. Kyler Murray, 3 touchdowns in the first half for the Arizona Cardinals. Watson and the Texans, a potential target with the Browns in this playoff matchup here in the AFC. And out west, Trevor Lawrence losing to Sam Etlinger from Texas, the rookie slinging. The two rookie QBs dueling, and the Niners up early. So we get the second half started. Baker, single back. Plenty of time. Stepping into trouble. Runs, rolls out right, throws to Landry, makes a great catch along the sideline. Baker, very indecisive, looked like he wanted to step up, then didn't have room, then stepped back out and rolled right, found Landry. The Browns off to a good start at midfield. Inside give goes to Kareem Hunt. His first touch of the day, 6 yards. 2nd and 4 from the 44. Baker play action to Hunt. Plenty of room. Looking right. Throwing over the middle. Triple coverage. Questionable decision. Incomplete. This time on 3rd and 4. Inside give to Odell Beckham. Throw over the middle, I should say. Beckham makes a move, falls forward. Easy first down for the Browns there. Baker under center. 1st and 10 from the 31. 5-step drop. Short throw. Looks to Hooper. Humphrey comes up and rallies for the tackle. Browns trying to get ahead of the chains a little bit here. 2nd down. Handoff goes to Chubb. He does a nice job. 1st and 10 from the 21. Browns just outside of the red zone. This time Baker throws over the middle. Too far inside. Incomplete. On 2nd and 10 from the 20. Baker making changes. Ravens show pressure. Baker, quick drop. Wide open. Njoku. Browns are in. Touchdown. Huge response. Baker does a nice job recognizing pressure. Throws this out to Njoku quickly. He's able to get into the end zone, hits his icky shuffle dance. I guess that's the Dion dance. 2-point conversion upcoming. Browns able to get on the scoreboard. Baker barking out changes from the 2. 2-point conversion. Steps, throws, easy over the middle. Jarvis Landry. Meanwhile, Brandon Williams for the Ravens is injured. 26-11. Good start to the half for the Browns. March right down the field. Able to put up a touchdown. And Lamar starting his second half from the 20. This pistol look give goes to Dobbins. He's met quickly. Rallied by Garrett and company. 2nd and 10, short throw to the tight end. 5-yard pickup. 3rd and 5, Lamar. Switching things up. Changes the play. Shotgun. Quick drop. Rolls left. Throws away. And the Browns get a quick 3 and out. And here we go. You come out in the second half. You get a score. You get a stop. Browns with the ball again. Baker under pressure. Throwing out of a sack. Intercepted. Chuck Clark. And this has a chance to go. Chuck Clark. He is going to score. And the Browns' backs are broken. You get a stop and a score. And then you get pressure. You try to throw to the outside with zone coverage, and it is intercepted by Chuck Clark as Baker gets hit as he throws, comes out wobbly. Chuck Clark undercuts the route of Jarvis Landry, snags it, and he is going to finish the pick six, and the Browns now down 33-11. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how poorly they're playing at home against AFC North competition. Baker getting the ball again. This time Chubb on the outside does a nice job, gets a stiff arm at the second level. He has 6 carries and 65 yards and is now in the zone, and for some reason has not had the ball nearly enough, Nick Chubb. Baker this time turns, gives to Chubb, runs off the left side. Flag is down. This one's coming back. Browns get got for holding. J.C. Treader. Interior of this offensive line for the Browns has not had the best season in terms of staying out of the penalty. Play action here. Baker looking right, lobbing out to Galladay. Swatted away. Tight coverage, man coverage, all over him. 2nd and 18, gives to Chubb, breaks a tackle. Galladay unable to get upfield to get to Clark. He steps up and makes the tackle. So all of that, all for 2 yards. 3rd and forever. Baker looking left, throwing up to Landry, who makes an incredible catch. Congested. Malik Hooker all over him. Jarvis, incredible hands. Now on 4th and 2, Browns in trouble. They stay out on the field. Baker drifting, looking, throwing to Landry, who gets it swatted away. Landry had it in his hands, ran the slant all the way across the field. Incredible defense by the Ravens on 4th and 2. Browns look like they're going to convert. Jarvis has it. J.C. Jackson on the coverage. Gets to Jarvis's hands. He swats his hands down. Incomplete. And the Browns' hopes are in big, big trouble now. Lamar trots back on the field. I'm going to fast forward because this part of the game is not ideal. Quickly, the Ravens march it just a little bit into field goal range. Justin Tucker tacks on 3 with the Ravens up big. Probably going to show only the highlights the rest of the way. 36-11. Browns in trouble. Nick Chubb with a nice run to get this particular drive started out to the 40. He's just been fantastic, but the Browns have not gotten him the ball nearly enough. Lamar and his boys just thriving on the sidelines. They're fired up. 1st and 10, flick out to Jarvis, spins out of bounds. Short pickup as the Browns try to put something together offensively to get this game back together. 2nd and 4, give is to Chubb, running through tacklers, not being able to be brought down by the first person. 3rd and short now. Chubb off the left side, breaking tackles again, falling forward. He's got 100 yards on 10 carries, almost 99, but you get the point. Nick Chubb, fantastic, not getting enough action as the Browns go no huddle, trying to get a little bit of momentum going. Chubb met in the backfield, spins off a defender, does a fantastic job to not get tackled for a loss. Able to only pick up 2, but that should have been a loss of 3. Nick Chubb, just a stud. Baker with the slant route, hits OBJ, who dives down, avoids the hit, staying in no huddle. Baker under pressure, this time flips it out to Hunt, who steps out of bounds. Short pickup of 6. 3-step drop. Baker throwing over the middle. Marlon Humphrey all over it. Turnover in the red zone. Browns just give it away. Marlon Humphrey's 2nd INT on the day, 3rd on the season. Just does a great job getting out of his zone coverage, turning and running full speed with Odell. Another underneath zone defender who undercuts a slant route for the Browns. Baker really struggling to understand when to throw and when not to throw on that particular route. Turnover. That turnover turns into a Ravens punt. Browns get it back inside of their own 20 when on the first throw, Baker, another interception as it has gotten completely out of hand. Another zone defender of the Ravens eats up a slant route. Just atrocious as Lamar takes over after the turnover. And I'm going to show you just a few highlights here. This play sums up pretty much the entire day for the Browns. Sending pressure on 2nd and 10. Get home to Lamar, who throws a duck. But it's perfect. On target to the tight end, Breeland. His first career touchdown reception. Jacob Phillips gets home. A duck wobbler gets literally into the perfect spot in stride for the tight end, who runs off a would-be tackler. And the Ravens they're just in complete control. 43-11, Browns. Baker hit, fumbles, turnover, Malik Hooker recovered. That's exactly how this game went for Cleveland. Any and everything that could have went wrong for Baker, the offensive line, the wide receivers, the secondary, any and all of it was just impossible. Lamar comes back onto the field after that particular turnover. They're unable to move into any kind of scoring range beyond just where they got the ball. Justin Tucker tacks on another field goal, making this 46-11. Ridiculous. So with under 6 minutes to go, Baker wanted to show this. Galladay with another drop on the edge, which we are all familiar with. And then on 4th and 3, Baker hits Odell on a nice slant, who almost takes this to the house. Gets himself down inside the 10. Browns quickly get up, go no huddle. Able to get Odell Beckham on a one-on-one route. He's able to win in man coverage and score, which is nice to see Odell get into the end zone a little bit. Obviously too little, far too late. Browns down 46-17 at this point. Odell doing a really nice job, looking healthy, looking strong coming off the dislocated ankle injury. But Browns weren't able to protect enough. And then here in the late stages, under 30 seconds left to go, Lamar still throwing for some reason. Gets intercepted by Greedy Williams. I wanted to show that he had a nice little turnover towards the end, but that was all that happened. This game finishes 46-18. The Ravens in complete control. Browns turn it over 6 times. Everything that could have went wrong for Cleveland went wrong in this one, and the Ravens keep their hopes alive. Lamar throws for 298, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Baker, 242. 5 interceptions and a fumble lost. As bad as it gets, that's how bad it was for Cleveland, who gets completely dominated in this one. Nick Chubb, fantastic. 118 on 15 carries. He was dynamic, but just didn't get it enough. Miles Boykin, Hollywood Brown. I mean, the receiving core for the Ravens were fantastic. I wanted to show you this. Every single Browns starting offensive lineman gave up a sack, including 3 from Jedrick. Just terrible. Just terrible. Grant Delpit and Collins leading the way on defense for the tackles. Golston had 3 sacks. Yannick had 2. Olivier, Judon, Sue, everybody had a sack party. It just was how it all went down for Cleveland. Meanwhile, despite the loss, the Browns get into the playoffs. Kevin Stefanski able to add a little bit to his linebacker training boost. He's doing a nice job despite the last few weeks here. The Browns really starting to struggle. Few upgrades to look at as well. Baker Mayfield ready for an upgrade. Go ahead and add a +1 to his improviser. He's up to an 88 overall, getting a +3 morale boost, and turns into a scheme fit. So he's got a little bit more break sack, which he needs. He's getting hit all the time and throw under pressure. Those ratings will certainly help Baker. Hopefully this offensive line can shore up some of its issues, but if not, he might need to be a little more elusive in the inside of the pocket to get himself free. Sheldon Richardson ready for an upgrade as well. We'll go ahead and add one to his run stopper archetype. He's up to an 83 overall. Nice boost for Sheldon. Dealing with some injuries throughout this year. The 16th ranked defensive tackle in the league. 30 years old. Really solid ratings for Sheldon. Not getting a ton of pass rush sack totals, but does a nice job in run defense when he's out there. And certainly somebody that the Browns are happy to have. But at the right price, we'll have to see if he can stay in the long-term plans or not. The Browns here getting a message from assistant GM telling us not to look at this loss too hard. Playoff berth was clinched this week by the way the cards fell, so the Browns are officially in the playoffs despite losing. We'll have to see how this shakes up the rest of the playoff bracket. And here is that bracket. Browns slipped from the 1st seed to the 5th seed and are now scheduled to face the Chargers in the wild card round. Incredible how they swapped 4 spots. The Bengals jumped all the way up to the top spot in the AFC. here's how the standings look. And with the Browns losing the head-to-head to the Bengals, they would like to get above them so they don't have to mess around with the wild card spot. As we gear up for this game against the Chiefs in Week 16, they are dealing with a variety of injuries, both on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. Namely, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be out. He's got a broken thumb. James White, the backup halfback, also dealing with an injury. So we'll have to see who's going to be running the football here in KC. And it looks like Darwin Thompson, third-year player out of Utah State, and the fullback, Cullen Gillespie, are going to be the only people in the backfield for Patrick Mahomes. So we'll see how that affects this overall matchup. Let's take a look at the standings after Week 16 and see how the Browns did. And the Browns have dropped 2 straight, losing a heartbreaker on the road against the Chiefs. Both teams split the turnover difference, 40 time of possession to 20 for the Browns. Browns have got to do a better job controlling the pace and dictating in these games. Patrick Mahomes throws for 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. Baker sacked 3 times in this one. The offensive line woes continue in Cleveland. Neither team able to run the football. Darwin Thompson, as we assumed, and the fullback getting 11 carries. Nick Chubb only having 8 carries for 24 yards, and Chubb getting 2 for 7. So not really sure what the Browns' plans were and what the turnovers looked like, but throwing the ball considerably too much and not relying on the running backs nearly enough, as the wide receivers had themselves a day. All of the big names in this one basically scoring a touchdown. Teller, Conklin, and Wills Jr. are the ones giving up the sacks for the Browns on offense. Zaven Collins and Greedy lead the way with 9 tackles each. Fenton and Perriman with the leading tackles for the Chiefs. Let's take a look at these sack numbers. Frank Clark gets 1.5. Gregory Rousseau, rookie, gets 1.5. And Greedy and L'Jarius Sneed able to take the ball away through the air with some INTs. Today's episode sets the stage for a Week 17 matchup against the Bengals. Bengals at 12-3, Browns at 11-4. Both teams having clinched. Looks like the Bengals have clinched. Is that the top seed? I'm not 100% sure what the Z stands for. That means they might have already clinched home field advantage in this one. So we will go ahead and sim this Week 17 matchup. The Browns are in the playoffs regardless of a win or a loss at home here against the Bengals. So we'll go ahead and see what this looks like and see how the Browns fare for the matchup in the playoffs, and that will be our next episode. So let's check out this matchup against the Bengals, and we'll go from there. Browns, big winners in Week 17. I thought for a second when I saw this score that the Browns were likely playing against a depleted Bengals roster who had sat all of their starters with nothing to play for, or at least resting. But I took a look here, and the only quarterback who took snaps for Cincinnati was Joe Burrow. He only threw for 176 and a touchdown. Meanwhile, Baker throws for 387 and 6 touchdowns, which is a massive day for Baker, hopefully getting his momentum going as we head into the postseason. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt both go for 70. Chubb adds a score. Kalen Hill gets a touchdown for the Bengals, but Joe Mixon got himself 7 carries. So it looks like most of the starters played in this one, as Jarvis goes for 147 and 3 touchdowns on 4 catches. Are you kidding me, Jarvis? Are you absolutely kidding me? Galladay gets himself into the end zone as well. So does Beckham Jr. Pitts was in there. Allen Robinson was in there. CJ Uzomah was in there. So really interesting, because it looks like everybody from Cincinnati played in this one. So I'm not 100% sure what happened and how the score was so lopsided. But nevertheless, Browns are able to get a big win in Week 17. End up tying the Bengals as far as record-wise. Miles adds 2 sacks to his day. No interceptions thrown on either side. And let me show you the playoff bracket that we have. Here is how the NFL playoffs are setting up. Browns end up with the 5th seed. Not really even sure how in the world that happened. I guess they're the 2nd place team in the AFC North. So the divisional winners get the top seeds, and then they go from there. It's going to set us up with a 8 o'clock Saturday night kick against the Houston Texans. 4-5 matchup. Browns on the road in that one. So that'll be the next episode. We'll have Deshaun Watson and the Texans and we will see how the Browns do against that Texans team. Taking a look here at the final rankings in the AFC. Browns with the second best record at 12-4, actually tied for the best record, I should say. But the three other division winners, the Patriots, Chargers, Texans, all clinching their division and having worse records than the Browns. So the Browns have Texans 10-6. We'll see how they do. We'll take a look at their roster ahead of the next episode. I love you guys. Thank you so much for rocking with me on the series. Sorry we put together one of the most disappointing games of Madden I've ever played in my life. I had high hopes for today's episode and at least the gameplay footage. So we'll have to just clean it up and do better for the playoffs, okay? All right. Be sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications for me. Thank you so much for the support. I will catch you guys in the next part. It is playoff time in 2021 for this Browns team. I'll see you next time. Peace.